Okay, what about now? What about now for YouTube? Okay, no sound. No sound. All right. Well, this is convenient at least. Let's try this. Can I add? Yeah, what about now? There we go. What about now for YouTube? Okay, no sound. No sound. All right. Dang, this thing is super laggy. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Wow. Super laggy. That is crazy. I can't believe that that's so laggy. That's like 5 minutes of lag. Okay. Good to know. Super laggy. I'm still, see, now I'm watching. I'm watching on my own. I can't believe that that's so laggy. That's like, okay, so it's okay. That's better. That's better. Okay. All right. Well. Yo, listen. This is what happens. You try stuff out, and you get ambitious, and you try to put things together. Oh, my son is on. What's up, son? You try stuff, and it don't work. It don't work. And you know how I know that God is working in my life? You know how I know that like God is really doing work on me? And the people in my life will attest to this. Like, if it don't go exactly the way that I want it to go, then like it's over. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I have a headache. I'm frustrated. I'm snappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, like my wife will tell you, like, I'm just not pleasant to be around when I have a plan and it don't work. It don't work out. But you know what? I feel great. I'm super happy. I'm going to tell you why. Because I told my Patreon that I was going to try this out to see like what different platforms I was going to work on. You know what I'm saying? Or how I was going to go about it. And you know what? This told me exactly what I needed. Exactly what because listen, I'm sure I could get it to work. I have an M1 Mac. Excuse me. I've got great sound and all this stuff, right? I have good technology that I'm working with. But listen, is this the Dan Steele? I just want to make sure that I'm talking to who I think I'm talking to. Listen, man, I tried and it didn't work. And I'm thrilled that it didn't work. I let me tell y'all, the last 3 years of my life have been me trying stuff and it not working. And then going back to the drawing board and like figuring it out. Saying, man, this ain't gonna work. Or man, this worked. Okay, how can I make this better? How can I tighten this up? Like, literally, what can you do? So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So I hope everybody is good on this very rainy Wednesday. It's super hot today. It was like 80. But yeah, hey, so the Dan Steele. I'm just gonna give you an update. Cause we live and we here. So I have a verse. And then I kept writing, but I realized that that when I kept writing actually should be a second verse. So I'm turning it into a song. So I'm going to figure out a hook of some sort. I'm just super busy, but I want to get something to you unless you have a date, a time, or a cutoff date that you need this by. Can I get it to you by the weekend? This is my anniversary weekend, okay? So my wife and I are hanging out Friday. I gotta do some family stuff on Saturday. I got to do some content stuff on Saturday. I have nothing to do on Sunday. So I want to finish this on Sunday and get it to you. At least get you a rough so you can like feel it. So let me know if that works or if I need to rush this. But I have a verse and a half already, and I want to finish this second half verse because it's really good. So, okay, bet. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I want to talk about because I didn't cut like half the time. Because listen, I told y'all snowfall comes on at 10. I'm not missing it, so I missed out. I had 3 things that I was going to talk about tonight. So we just gonna take a poll. I want to talk about AI in music. I wanted to talk about BTB Savage and journalism and integrity and who is responsible when people do dumb stuff on the internet, when these rappers do dumb stuff. That to just clout chasing, as the youths call it, is just at an all-time low. It's just getting worse and worse. Or do y'all want to talk WrestleMania? Let me know which one y'all want. Those are the 3 that I prepared for. I have more stuff, but since we here, let's just knock out this last half hour. I'm not getting to all 3 of those. Let's talk AI. Y'all cool with AI first? Franklin is the devil. He's absolutely the devil. 100% he's the devil. Man, this is such a lag. I'm really mad this is a lag. All right. I'm going to give y'all a second to catch up because this lag is really getting on my nerves, and I'm about to do a bunch of live tests. Dang, I got to go into the office tomorrow. I'm going to do some testing. Shoot, maybe after snowfall, because now I'm all up and wired because I did something and it didn't go right. Dang, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, man. I hit 2.2K. And you know what the funny part is? All right, let's do AI. You know what the funny part is? I'm not even like focused and I'm growing on YouTube. I think that's very interesting. It's weird. Like, I love Instagram the most for whatever reason, but I feel like if I put the work into YouTube that I'm putting into my Instagram, like I'd be good. Because it sucks. I got 2,000. I mean, 2,000 ain't a lot, but 2,000 is still pretty good just considering I was at 900 a year ago. But YouTube is just a place that I don't know how to like quantify the growth just yet, but it's very interesting. The growth that I'm seeing on YouTube is very interesting. And I think the live is one of the things that I'm going to start doing is doubling down in this space, which is why I'm glad all this didn't work. But let's talk AI. So let's talk AI specifically for JB, you stupid. Oh, hey, JB, cause my son is in here. I need to talk to you. I'm gonna send you a voice note. I have a proposition for you. I need to talk to you, but I need a favor for you for this summer involving my son, and my son knows exactly what I'm talking about because I told him last night. So something involving my guy. We need your expertise. My son wants to. Can I put it out there, Elijah? Can I tell the people what we talked about last night? Not the thing, the other thing that we talked about. Not the one thing, the last thing that we talked about. All right, so we got AI, and because it's a bunch of artists in here. Let's talk artificial intelligence. Let's talk artificial intelligence for artists. Let's specifically talk about like the music. So I want to play a song that uses AI, and then I want to make 3 points, and I want to get feedback and just talk to y'all and all that good stuff. So I want to play this song. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. See if. Let me know if y'all can hear that beat. Was that fine? Now y'all gonna see how much the delay is. This is really bothering me. Okay, y'all can hear it. All right, let's turn this down. Let's go.
Tell the young they can never become what they aspire to. Born in a cell with no one who can inspire you.
Your highs are as never as high as those that lie to you.
Pretending that they live in the sky, lying behind your roof.
Shooting holes up at your ceiling, trying to find the proof, trying to fight the feeling, the truth.
Tied up like the noose they've been concealing.
Dipped in diamonds so that you find it appealing.
Time for dealing, despite y'all dealing, we are the savages, the natives who fight the appeal of all your lavishes. The brave who find what is real and call it as it is.
And use a mind wheel to escape the laws of averages.
To be rich and broke,
Could it be broke and rich? You see it all gets flipped by those who master this.
who give a whole new meaning to what your master says. Jumping over the walls on old mattresses, the savage.
We are the savages.
We are the savages.
The savage.
Oh, you did a scratch hook for that? Oh, come on, man. All right. Let me first of all, I'm going to get into my nerd bag and tell y'all that I could 100% tell that was AI. That swing that this artificial Jay-Z is rapping on is not a Jay-Z swing. Like, he's on top of the beat and he's rapping like the other guy that's using the AI. Like, I've noticed that, and this is really what's gonna kill me. It did sound like Jay Medeiros. I forgot all about that dude. Shout out to him. Or is it Medeiros? So even like with the Kendrick stuff, it sounds like people interpreting Kendrick. It doesn't sound like musicians using him, because these rappers, the main people that I've seen, Jay, Kendrick, Kanye, like, they have a swing and style to their flow and the pockets that they get into that, like, the AI rappers aren't, or that, like, the AI isn't picking up based off of how the other people are writing for them. So I hear, and I'm like, oh, that's clearly not Jay-Z. That's AI. But the voice is there. The vocal inflections are there. It's crazy, right? So I think there's 3 things that we need to talk about. And you guys can chime in. I will definitely read some more chats and all that good stuff. So the first thing that I want to say is that the laws have to adapt very quickly. This opens up Pandora's box like crazy, and this will allow people to do some very illegal things within music. It is very easy to make an album, right? Upload it to your favorite streaming platform, upload it to DistroKid, and market as Jay-Z, right? And somebody could and so even if they hurry up and take it down, right? So if they get it, it's only online for like a couple hours. Those streams can go crazy, and like, I don't know what payouts will look like. I'm sure like DistroKid and all those places will have things in place to where you couldn't like do like a quick little cash grab and they got to pay you for those 6 hours. But maybe they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. But I think that like, the laws are going to adapt very quickly. And the reason why I believe that laws are going to adapt very quickly is because there's too many important people who make a lot of money off of music. And if we live in a capitalistic society, then that means that people are going to make sure that they get their bread. And be it Jay or the people around him or Rock Nation or whoever, they got connections, people in high places. Like, there's a strong chance that that's never going to get to that place, right? So for the top guys, the Jays, the Kanyes, the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, like, they're good. They don't have to worry about that. What does that mean for us? The little guys, the indie artists. making music out of our rooms and bonus rooms in our houses. You know what I'm saying? Like the playing field is now more level than it's ever been, which is great. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean for you? So the first thing I should say is that you should absolutely 100% be aware of AI. And what that means is, I went to a AI discussion. My man works at a museum, and they had they brought a guy like an artificial intelligence expert, like someone who didn't work on chat GPT, but like works on those types of programs. Because I want y'all to know it's not called Jat. Why I keep calling it Jat? It's not called Chat GPT. It's AI. Chat GPT. Chat GPT is the program that is used. And if you're unfamiliar with what AI is, I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute, because it's the third point that I want to make. So this was just regular guy. He was was he a data scientist? I want to say he was a data scientist. And I think my wife is watching. She might be putting my baby to sleep. But if my wife is watching this, she came with me, so she might know for sure. But I believe he was a data scientist. And somebody just flat out asked, should we be worried about artificial intelligence? And he, in a roundabout way, said yes, you should be worried about it. So we know about automation, and we know about a lot of the jobs that are going to be eliminated within the next 5 to 7 to 10 years. Because even though they've been working on this for a long time, how it's jumped on the scene so quickly is actually kind of like mind-boggling. From what he was saying, the speed in which the AI is adapting to like the programming and the people inputting the information is like faster than anyone anticipated, which makes sense, right? So, we know that, you know, waiters and waitresses and cashiers and, you know, a lot of like customer service jobs, data entry, like those jobs are likely going to be obsolete. They talk about trucking and, you know, some other stuff. Like those jobs are going to be in danger. And so for many people, they're wondering if artificial intelligence is going to destroy music. I would say that the tech companies destroyed music with streaming services, but that's a whole other problem. So what do you do? How do you handle that? As an artist, we ain't talking about nothing else. We just talking about like musicians, artists, rappers, singers, producers. Use it to your advantage while it's here. Let me tell you some ways that you can utilize AI. So I don't use it for music. I ain't gonna hold it. All right, I'll see you later, son. I love you. I don't use it for music, like directly with the music. Now that I'm not familiar with, I am familiar with the content piece. So you can throw AI. They've got websites that will allow you to, they'll edit your videos. They'll write your captions. They'll title your videos. They'll add timestamps to videos. They'll enhance your videos to just make them more clear. A lot of that like laborious work where you take a big file and cut it up into smaller pieces, that's artificial intelligence. Those are things that you can utilize. If you have to write a summary of like what is, if you have to write a summary of like maybe like something to like pitch, instead of writing it, put it into your chat GPT, put it into your AI, have them write it out for you, and then on the flip, like use that information as your base, and then just tailor it to how you would write it or how you would say it. So you got to write a paragraph to pitch your song to Complex, pitch your song to Spotify to get on a playlist. Just have AI write it, and then switch up the words and switch up sentences and add and take away to make it more like you. So don't, because that's one of the jobs that they talked about AI creating, was basically somebody who recognizes the system of artificial intelligence and knows how to, like, because you have to write the prompts in a certain way. I'm still learning how to do that. You can't just say, give me a song that sounds like Kendrick Lamar. You have to say, like, give me a song that sounds like Kendrick Lamar, produced by Thundercat. It's up tempo, it has this kind of thing, these instruments, da 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 da. That you have to be very specific. The other thing that the AI told me, or the data scientist, excuse me, the other thing that he told me was that the people who are developing the artificial intelligence is limited. So what I mean by that is all the data scientists are white men. So the AI thinks like a white man. It has the perspective of a white man. So if you wonder why you prompted to do something and you wanted to show up more black or more feminine and it doesn't, that's why. So he was saying that the data scientist industry, the AI industry, is in desperate need of some DEI. And I hate that term because it's up there with what white folks then did to woke and what white folks then did to was all the other stuff, AAVE, all that stuff. Like, I hate those terms, but those spaces are missing people of color, people of different races and backgrounds to help develop the system, because the truth be told, y'all, it's here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. It's going to be here, and there's nothing that we can do about it. So, okay. All right, what happened? Different races and... Okay. I was just making sure because y'all got quiet. Stuff was moving and then we just stopped. Like, is everybody good? So I got 15 minutes left. And it's saying none of y'all are in the chat. Are we good? There we go. Is everybody in there? Is there everything? Is everything all right? Everything gonna be fine? Everything all right? Let me see. Actually, let's move this. Yeah, unlisted is unlisted. Okay, we here. All right, cool. My bad. Y'all got quiet. Okay, so what are y'all's experiences with AI? Like, what, was there anything that I said that, that y'all haven't, that anything I didn't say that y'all heard about? Like, what, are any of y'all using AI already on your stuff? Like, talk to me. In the meantime, let's get to. All right, do we want to do WrestleMania? Or do we want to do the Vlad stuff? I kind of want to do the wrestling stuff, but I don't know who are the wrestling fans in here. That's real niche. My man got a wrestling podcast with Vince Russo. Shout out to my man, Dr. Chris Featherstone. He has a podcast with Vince Russo, the guy who wrote all of the scripts for like the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Raw that y'all love. And they go over stuff every week. And he asked me to get on the show with him. I just don't have time. But I be wanting to talk wrestling so bad. But like some people that I roll with, some people that I'm cool with, like some of my followers, some of my supporters, like they do wrestling, but like not really. This is WrestleMania, so this is like the time of the year where I'm super tapped in. And then throughout the course of the year, it kind of like jumps out. So we'll do the Vlad stuff later. We'll do that next week, or maybe I'll do that for the Patreon. All right, so let's get into WrestleMania, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I really do want to watch Snowfall on time. So my tech friends mentioned the diversity piece. Yeah, it's funny. Like I be wondering like there was this big like tech rush in like 2020. So mad people was going and getting hired by Meta and Google and all this stuff and making all those videos, like get into tech and all that. It's like what part of tech did they get into? Are they in like the AI part? Or like are they in the like walk around your loft on social media part with like your window walls? You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's talk. I got two people that mentioned wrestling, so we're going to talk. Let's talk WrestleMania. So I'm going to tell y'all what I didn't like. I'm going to tell y'all what I liked. And then we're going to talk about the booking going forward. And to your point, Jordan, the Raw after Mania, which was absolutely terrible, except for one part that I liked, that I think everything else was so bad, people aren't focusing on the one part that was good. So what I did not like, I did not like The Miz and Pat McAfee. I didn't need that at all. The funny part is that could have been a build. You could have built to that match. You could have told a story with that. I would have much preferred that instead of for him to just come out. I was actually expecting him to like come out. I would have rather him do commentary. And you could set up something with him and Corey Graves, because Corey Graves is cleared. He had to retire due to concussion protocol, but he's cleared. He can wrestle. Do something with them. Don't just do a random match with The Miz. I'm cool off of that. I didn't need that. Truth be told, I didn't need Shane McMahon. I didn't need Shane at all. I'm cool. I didn't need Shane. His spot. It's funny that like it's not funny that he tore his quadricep. That's not funny at all. It is funny that him and his dad had the exact same injury. That's crazy. That is nuts. The funny part about Shane was like when he walked down to the ring and he was like winded by the time he finished. That was really funny. Yeah, but I didn't need Shane at all. I wasn't crazy about Austin Theory and John Cena. It seemed like a very like paint by the numbers John Cena match. It just kind of like went through the motions. I think Theory winning was the right decision. And I don't think it takes anything away from John Cena's legacy. He didn't look bad. He just looked like he was going through the motions. I wasn't crazy about the women's tag, the Fatal 4-Way. Like that was whatever. I wasn't crazy about the women's 3-on-3. And you know what? I'm waiting. Let me say real quick. I'm waiting on them to pull the trigger on Ronda and Shayna. They should destroy Becky and Lita, and they should be the women's tag champs for like a year. They should just run through everybody. And you can have Becky and Bayley come back and take the tag belts, or you can do something. But we'll get to women in a second. So that was, and that's funny. That's all I didn't like. That's all I didn't like. Other than that, everything else I thought was really, really good, or I absolutely loved it. So the triple threat for the Intercontinental title was 1A of my match of the weekend. I just love Gunther. Like I loved him when he was Walter, and he is just like, he needs the main event next year. Like he is the guy. He is fire. He's a great final boss, Jordan, to your point. Yeah, I love the triple threat. I love the Fatal 4-Way, the men. I really thought that was going to be like a bathroom break, but they killed it. That's my other favorite match of the night. I loved Gable doing the belly to back suplex on Braun. I loved Dawkins catching Braun coming around the corner and hitting him. He killed that. I love the ending. I like Ricochet's shooting star press to the outside. That was fire. I still love this like tease of Otis like he's still with Alpha Academy, but he's like slowly being like lured away / brainwashed by Maximum Male Models. I love the slow transition. Otis is 100% a comedy act. And I love the ending. I think Street Profits should have went over. I'm glad they did, and the ending was fire. I loved Bianca Belair's entrance. That was great. I liked Bianca and Asuka was better on the second watch. The first watch, it was kind of like clunky. I think it was because like Bianca was having some issues with her gear, but she wasn't really able to like tap in. I love the idea of her having a WrestleMania streak. I love the idea of her being like Mrs. WrestleMania, and she should 100% have a streak. I'm down. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. She's a star. I saw there was a tweet today where somebody said she was overpushed. That is not true. That is false. That is trash. That is allegations. That is not true. What the problem is they haven't built anybody to take Bianca down. The only person they built up to take down Bianca is Rhea, but they gave Rhea to Charlotte. So Asuka, in theory, should be able to take down Bianca, but her gimmick is strong enough, but her momentum is not. It just wasn't time. Like if they would have spent this time building Asuka up, if they would have put her, Asuka and Becky or Asuka and Bayley or Asuka and, somewhere gave her almost like a showcase match to just build her up. And then they have Asuka Bianca at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank or in Saudi or something like that. And she like runs through Bianca. I'm cool with that. But other than that, what other woman are you going to have? What other woman poses any sort of threat to Bianca? Besides Becky, she's a face. That's not going to work. Bayley, don't nobody know where she at. You know what I'm saying? Like she tweeted that cryptic message. People talking about she might be leaving, going to Japan with Sasha. Like nobody is there to take her down except for Bianca. So when they had the promo on Raw the next night and Rhea was like, hey, I'll see you soon. Like we have to cross paths. You could do that at SummerSlam, but somebody has to not have a title, because if whoever wins that unifies the titles, and you don't want to do that. So you can do that in Mania next year, even though I think Bianca and Charlotte is the better match for next year through the 4 Horsewomen storyline. I'm there. Oh my God, I only got 5 minutes. Okay. I love Snoop. I'm sorry. I loved it. Shane Torres quad. When Snoop punched Miz, I legit like just busted out laughing. It was the funniest thing in the world. You can hear it I didn't hear it when I was at my WrestleMania party, but I watched it back and the ref is like, people's elbow. She says it like 10 times. Snoop, I don't know if Snoop couldn't hear it or if Snoop was just trying to like figure out how to set it up. But she called it like 10 times. Like, all right, okay. Like he's going to do the people's elbow. Jesus, like at least try to hide the spot calling. But he destroyed it. It was hilarious. It was perfect segment. Snoop, again, can do no wrong in the eyes of America. And, yeah, it said to Courtney's point, save the segment. I like the second half of Logan and Seth. First half was a little slow, but once they got going, it was a fun match. I can't lie. Like, Logan Paul is like, he does this really well. Like, I think I enjoy all his matches. Yes, it was very funny when Snoop was like, you good, cut? Like, that was hilarious. Absolutely. I like the second half of Charlotte and Rhea. Again, started off a little slow, but they was working super stiff. They were beating the crap out of each other, and they put on a really, really dope match. Like, really dope. Of course, Rhea should have went over. I hated them. Like, they kept showing Charlotte on the outside, like smiling. Like, no, sell it. You took a riptide off the top rope. Like, you should be hurting. That the spot where she like flipped. I don't know if she was, when she did the belly to back, I don't know if she was like trying to land on her feet and she didn't get up high enough. I don't know what they did, but that was crazy. What else? I loved Dominic and Ray. Loved it. Loved it. Dominic, his entrance was fire. His gear was fire. Like, he's a really good heel. He's really good. I really, really enjoyed that match. I'm glad Ray went over, and I'm glad that the storyline is continuing. I'll get into that in a second. Of course, I loved the Usos and Sami and Kevin Owens. That went exactly the way it was supposed to go. There's nothing else I could say. I've been a proponent. I've been an advocate for Jey Uso being the one to take down Roman Reigns, but he's not the one to beat Roman Reigns for the title. He is the one to take down Roman Reigns and end the bloodline. You don't need the title to end the bloodline. You don't. You don't need a title to end the bloodline. I'm telling you. You can go Roman Cody, get the belt off Roman. You can then go Roman Rock. I don't care if you do Roman and Rock now. I just didn't want Roman and Rock for the title. But if you do Roman and Rock and then you end with Roman J, or you do Roman J and then you do Roman Rock afterwards, after the bloodline, he just comes back. I feel like you do Roman Rock before Roman J. You can incorporate Rock into that storyline. I'm not crazy about it. But the end of the bloodline should come at the hands of Jey Uso 100%. And I think that's the way they're going. I thought that was the way they're going. We'll get there. And then the main event. I should have propped the camera up because me and my homie I was telling you about that has a podcast, we was just like, yo, Cody's going to win. Cody's going to win. They're going to put the belt on him. They going to strap the rocket to him. They already knew. And when I saw, I really did think, they did everything. They put everything in place. Cody hitting the two crossroads and setting up for the third was perfect, because that's how you take down Jordan. To your point, Roman's the final boss. Roman's M. Bison. Roman is Shang Tsung. He's that, right? So when he got ready for the third one and he kind of went to the corner, he didn't sell it that well, but it's fine. It didn't matter. We were all invested. When Solo came back out and hit him with the Umaga, I looked at my man and I was like, yo, are they really about to put Roman over again? Is he about to win again? Hit him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Dog, I jumped around the house screaming. I was so shocked and happy. I just love the fact when you tell the story, you tell it correctly. There's nothing better than that. And you surprise me. Surprise me. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. So initially, my thought after Mania was, because here's the thing. First of all, I'm not a big Cody Rhodes fan. I'm still not. I don't like Cody. I didn't like him when he was dashing. I didn't like Stardust. I didn't like him in AEW. I didn't like him in the Bullet Club. I didn't like him with the Elite. I don't like Cody Rhodes. He's very he's all right, right? So you hot shot him into WrestleMania and you give him the title shot. You have him win the Rumble. And like I said with Asuka, I said, yo, it's not time. It's not time. He's not, the character, the storyline is not ready yet. First of all, a month ago, y'all was just asking for Sami to win. And then nobody's saying Sami should be the guy to take down Roman, because he shouldn't. Sami is exactly where he needs to be. He's still a top pillar in the storyline, but his issue is with Jey, right? So the problem is people just want Roman to lose. That's the problem. People want Roman to lose. And it's not time for Roman to lose. It's just not. You want your heat, because a few things, yo. And y'all let me know right now. Say Cody would have won. Who you putting him in the program with? You could do what they ended up doing last night. That's a program. But who do you put Cody in a program with as champion? Because here's my theory. WWE, they booked the chase better than the champion. I don't know who's the last, like, well-booked champion. Bianca's not booked well. Gunther's probably, like, the best booked champion. And that's like a one of one. Roman is booked well. He's supposed to, like, when he gets by the skin of his teeth, but, like, he's still super confident and he puts all these things in place. And, like, you're supposed to hate him. You're supposed to hate him. He's a heel. He's a heel. He's a bad guy. You're supposed to hate him, dog. So, my initial thought was, all right, bet. So, because the storyline with Cody, they just injected him into the bloodline stuff. So I'm like, all right, you kind of got to give him a motivation other than I won the Royal Rumble, so I should win. You got to give him another motivation besides that. And so having him lose is the perfect motivation. The promo that he cut on Raw where he was like, hey, you and I both know, like, I had you. I was about to beat you. And if it wasn't for your people, I would have got you. That's the motivation. And then you set up the 6-man tag at Backlash. You do, Roman and, because it was like 6-man tag. I was like, so maybe it's Roman, Solo, and Jimmy against Cody, Sammy, and KO. Or maybe it is Roman and the Usos. I don't know what they're doing based off of Monday, but we'll get there. And then you have Cody pin Roman in the tag. And it's like, and then he comes back the next night and he's like, dog, I told you I could beat you, and I beat you. Let's get all your stuff out the way, all your people. You could do Hell in a Cell. You could do some sort of stipulation match that keeps, or at least attempts to keep, the Usos and Solo and Paul Heyman out of the ring. You just give them a one-on-one match, and then you put Cody over. At this stage, they booked Sunday so well. I left saying, okay, Cody's the guy. When he lost, I said, Cody's the guy. I'm cool with, I think Saudi Arabia was like, I think they're doing, my man told me that they're doing another Crown Jewel or just another Saudi event at the end of May. Like, they're doing this Backlash and they're doing Saudi right after that. So I was like, all right, bet. You could do that then. Because I'm like, yo, how do you book this until August if it's SummerSlam, right? How do you book this until August? I personally don't know. But I don't know what that was on Monday night. I do know what it was. It was Vince McMahon. But that Raw after Mania was so bad. It was so bad. And Jordan, you're absolutely right, bro. Like, he's going, like, if Vince is back at the helm, he's going to mess this up. Everything. Because here's the thing. I'm okay with Cody Brock. I'm okay with it. I'm okay if Cody goes over Brock. I'm okay with that. Only if Cody goes over. I'm okay with it. I'm even okay with another feud, right? I don't know who, but, like, I'm okay with it. They didn't kill me. But, like, Vince books his chases the exact same way. Like, overcoming the odds. And, like, that is a story to tell, but in this case, it's not the story to tell. The odds are the bloodline. Brock is not an odd. Brock could have came out the night after. They could have stretched that out to after SummerSlam or after Cody beats Roman, right? Because Roman has to go away after he loses. He can't show his face, and when he comes back, he has to, like, save face. But, like, Cody can't, or I forgot what I was gonna say. It's all good. But yeah, you can book Cody Brock after Cody beats Roman. But I don't know what that was last night or Monday. I'm sorry. That was a terrible Raw. There was no wrestling. I didn't like the changes. I didn't like, you know what it was? And maybe I'm wrong in this. Y'all tell me. But it was just like the feel of Raw was different. It's not to say every single episode of Raw is like fire, because it's not. Triple H is not undefeated. But it just, it just didn't feel right. And I'm not even the guy that needs like a bunch of debuts and all that stuff. Like, who you gonna debut? Braun? He just turned heel on NXT. It's not really Jay White. I don't like Jay White. Like, he's in that Cody bag for me. It's just like, that's my problem with wrestling. Like, everybody, like, what's Jay White's gimmick? Wrestler. Like, it's so 80% of the guys now, their gimmick is wrestler. And I hate that. What's your gimmick? What's your motivation? Like, give me some character. You know what I'm saying? And Vince is just, he has the people that he likes. He has the people he doesn't like. And it's just like, that was not a Raw after Mania. That was terrible. That was horrible. What do you think is going on with the Usos and Roman? Yeah, so he could say, you know what it is? Well, I feel like when he sent them home, basically that's like, yo, y'all, I won and y'all didn't. So I can't trust y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that is. How that culminates, I don't know. But the seed is there. The two seeds that they dropped were when Jay came back and Jay was like, yo, I did this for my brother. I ain't do this for y'all. That and when Sam, they had the promo right before SmackDown, right before Mania, and Jay was basically like, yo, you really don't like me because I stood up to your cousin and you couldn't. Like, Jay's gonna snap. I don't know what it is that's gonna make him snap, but Jay's going to snap. But none of this means anything if Vince McMahon is back at the helm, because he's going to ruin this. He is. He's going to mess it up. It's not going to go well. And all the people who were getting pushes are not going to get pushes anymore. And all the people who were being built up is going to be Roman and Brock again. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. So everything I said, Joe, everything I said is null and void if Vince is back at the helm. It's null and void. Like, I don't even want to watch wrestling. If I'm gonna give him SmackDown, and if that feels like a Vince McMahon show, I'm good. I'm tapped out. Just like we were getting ready to start a podcast. Like, they really had me. They had me. I'm not doing this if Vince is back at the helm, and I don't think I'm overreacting. It's like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, y'all. I'm 10 minutes behind. I really appreciate y'all. How many people's on here? Is it just literally Jordan and Courtney? Let me see. No, it's 80 y'all in here. I don't know who all is in here, but I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Make sure this Friday, y'all, Snooze Button 6 is going to be available everywhere. It's available now. I'm just letting y'all know. It's available now on the Patreon. Just letting you know the price of my Patreon is cheaper than how much Snooze Button 6 is going to go for. So it just behooves you to go ahead and snatch up the Patreon. But if you want to support through the Bandcamp, I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, I'll see y'all Friday with some rapidy raps. I appreciate y'all and all the shenanigans that happened tonight. Y'all are dope. I wish this would have went a lot better than I thought it would. It's fine. It's okay. But I appreciate y'all. I will get with y'all later.